Hi, welcome back to the Spirit's Path. This is Dee, and today's full moon in Taurus reading. All right, the full moon happens tomorrow on Halloween, and it's going to be a very, very bright moon if you don't have clouds in the sky. Okay, but this is going to be the full moon in Taurus, and a Taurus full moon brings the focus to your physical resources and sense of peace. Luxuriate in sensual pleasures and release anything that feels like drama. It's a 6-card spread done by Biddy Tarot, and we'll get started here really quickly. So again, this is the full moon in Taurus for the Spirit's Path. The questions it asks is, what resources have I gathered in the last 6 months? How can I bring more serenity to my days? Where can you cultivate reverence in your life? What gifts will physical grounding bring you? How can you be more present in the moment? And what do you need to release in order to simplify your life? All right. So as I'm shuffling the cards, we'll get one more shuffle here, and we'll start drawing. So what resources have you gathered in the last 6 months during this full moon in Taurus? 4 of Arrows, rest. How can you bring more serenity to your days? It's based on the Green Woman. Where can you cultivate reverence in your life? And that's represented by the Wheel. What gifts will physical grounding bring you? What gifts will physical grounding bring you? 5 of Stones, endurance. How can I be more present in the moment? Knight of Bows and Fox. And what do you need to release in order to simplify your life? What do you need to release in order to simplify your life? 10 of Bows, responsibility. All right, so there you have it. Full moon in Taurus. You got the 4 of Arrows, the Green Woman, the Wheel, 5 of Stones, Knight of Bows, and a 10 of Bows. So a couple major arcana cards and a couple of Bows cards. And Bows is all about intellect and mental acuity. And you got the 5 of Stones for materialism, and you got the 4 of Arrows for action. Okay, so what resources have you gathered in the last 6 months? That's at 4 of Arrows, rest. Okay, so as this Taurus full moon, all right, has come into your focus for your physical resources and sense of peace, okay, the resources that you gathered over the last 6 months have given you the opportunity to kick back and relax, okay, to rest, all right? It's no more hustle and bustle for you. It's just kind of like, you know what? It's time to kick back and just relax. Going into November, be thankful for, what's happening at Thanksgiving and, just resting overall. All right. Now, this could be, a rest from emotions, a rest from finances, a rest from, social gatherings, as COVID starts to spike again. So, take the time, over the last 6 months to, gather up that resource of rest, because, you've been gathering up your spirit. You've been gathering up, your intuition as you're resting. You're healing yourself in that process as you're moving forward. Okay? How can you bring more serenity to your days is represented by the Green Woman. Now, the Green Woman, okay, is all about nurturing. Okay, she's opposite of the Green Man on the wheel. Okay, now the Green Man is going to be with you, through the forest. The Green Woman is going to be with you through the forest as well. All right, now she knows what's going on with every plant, with every creature, where they're at physically, okay, and how they are, creating a balance to, the wildwood forest. Okay, so this queen comes to you during this full moon in Taurus to bring you more serenity, okay, to give you that nurturing serenity, in your days ahead. All right, to help you, gather those physical resources while you're resting and give you that sense of peace, okay, so that you can luxuriate in those sensual pleasures that she's nurturing for you. Okay. At the same time, you're letting go of the drama. Okay. So you're replacing that serenity, or you're replacing the drama with a nurturing serenity with what she's got going on. Okay, so that's a Green Woman, and that's the life lessons card too, on how you can bring more serenity in your days. So this just is not for the next couple of weeks. This could be for the rest of the year. So look at it that way too. Where can you cultivate more reverence in your life? And that's represented by the wheel. All right, now the wheel is another life lessons card, and it's all about change. Okay, it's all about having that destiny in your hands. Okay, you are the maker of your destiny. You are the maker of your fate and free will. Okay, because you have the loom. See if I can focus on that card there. You have the loom to make whatever it is you want out of that vest. Okay, so where can you cultivate reverence in your life? Wherever you want, because the wheel is telling you that change is happening. Chance is at hand, and you can do whatever you want as far as your reverence. All right, you can go out there and gather more physical resources. You can experiment with different modalities. Okay, open your mind up to what's out there with spirit. Open your mind up there, to the universe, and that's also going to tie into the Green Woman, where she's going to nurture you for that serenity. Okay, if you're nurturing your serenity. Okay, your intuition is going to grow. Your universal spirit is going to grow. Okay, and as you continue to move forward in that, that's where you're starting to cultivate more reverence in your life. Okay, when you're relying on the divine, when you're relying on God, when you're relying on spirit to help guide you. All right, to help guide you in gathering those physical resources, help guide you in that sense of peace. Okay, to also help guide you in those sensual pleasures in the next couple of weeks. Okay, at the same time, when you got stuff coming in, you have to let stuff go out. All right, so you don't overburden yourself. All right, so that's where you can cultivate reverence in your life. That wheel card. What gifts will physical grounding bring you? That's represented by that five of stones, endurance. All right. And the five of stones, that's halfway through. Stones is all about security, stability, and materialism. But here, the little guy or little gal, however you want to look at it, and see if I can focus on this. She's got the fire going. He's got the fire going, even though there's a storm going on. But they need to continue with their journey that they're on. They need to continue moving forward. Okay, so during this full moon in Taurus, as you're becoming more physically grounded, okay, you're going to have to endure. You're going to have to endure, what's going on with the nurturing and possibly that change of what's happening. To cultivate that reverence in your life, to bring more serenity in your life. What's going on? Because you've sat back and rested. Now it's that endurance is just another rest. Okay, both of those cards are in resting. Okay. One's resting from the journey, the other one's resting, both of them are resting from the journey. But this one's, going to be down for the night. So that physical gift that, that physical grounding brings you, okay, is just the endurance. Endurance and stamina, making sure you're eating, making sure you're doing the things that you need to do, to stay physically grounded during this full moon in Taurus. How can you be more present in the moment? It's kind of is represented by that Knight of Bows and the fox. Okay, now knights in the Wildwood deck, the way I like to explain them, they're tacticians as well as fighters. Okay, so this knight is going to be an opportunist. Okay, to find areas where they can be more present in their everyday life. Okay, they may have to trick themselves. They may have to trick others. This could be somebody that comes to you and lets you know as well that, you need to be more present in the moment. You have to listen to that message. Okay, now this knight's on a quest. All right, this knight is out there to bring out that information. He's out there to get you thinking on how you can be more present in the moment. So, if something's coming along, you may have to ask yourself, wait a minute, maybe I ought to do it this way. All right, or maybe I should listen, or maybe I should take action. Okay, as you're starting to become more serene and, cultivate that reverence with, that wheel and the green woman, this knight is here to help you, remind you, okay, that you need to be present in the moment, not looking forward, not looking backwards, but be, ready for the here and now, okay? And then what do you need to release in order to simplify your life is represented by that 10 of bows, responsibility, okay? Now, 10s are all about completion. This bows is all about, bows is all about what I said earlier is mental acuity, all right? And maybe you need to take a step back with the responsibilities you have, whether that's in the house, maybe you need to delegate. Everybody's got to have chores and let them do the chores. Maybe you have to delegate some work in your work situation so you can be more serene, so you can cultivate that reverence, okay? So you can be more physically grounded, okay? As we get into the Christmas season, everybody gets a little stressed out, okay? Election season's here too. So, in your social settings, maybe there's less responsibility. Maybe this is not the year for you to, set up the company Christmas party. Or maybe this is not the year for you to set up, the family Thanksgiving. Delegate that responsibility. That way it's more simple in your life. Okay, yeah, you could probably bring a dish to pass or, help host something. All right, but that's what you need to release in order to simplify your life going forward during this full moon in Taurus. And as a result of that, when you release some of that responsibility, you're going to be focusing on your physical resources. You're going to look for that sense of peace, okay, as well as, releasing some of that old drama that's going on there. Because if you're not involved, you don't have to worry about it. And if somebody's calling you up to say, hey, I want to talk to you about this, that, and the other thing, you say, you know what, so-and-so's taking care of that, and you release yourself of that responsibility where you just simplify what's going on so you can focus on what you need to focus on, all right, which is bringing more serenity into your days with that green woman, which is cultivating reverence in your life with that wheel card, okay, taking the opportunity to, determine what your destiny is, to, determine what your fate is as you're moving forward, okay? So just to recap what's going on, this is the full moon in Taurus, and Taurus full moon brings you to look at the focus of your physical resources and sense of peace, to luxuriate in the sensual pleasures and release anything that feels like drama. And, what resources have you gathered in the last 6 months? You've learned to rest. You've learned to, take opportunity to, not be stressed out in your finances. Maybe you're resting, you don't have a lot of emotional stuff going on, so you're resting. Okay, at the same time when you rest, you're healing. How can you bring more serenity to your days? Is focusing on that green woman. Let her nurture you, as you're walking on your path during this full moon in Taurus. So you can focus on those physical resources. She's going to show you what physical resources are out there for you to gather. All right, that'll help give you that sense of peace. Okay, she'll give you show you the sensual pleasures, so you can release that, that drama that's there. How can you cultivate reverence in your life? By knowing that you're the maker of your own destiny. Okay, that you have fate in your hands, that, you have that free will to make the choice, to do whatever you need to do, all right, to move forward, to cultivate that reverence, whether it's, new, looking at, new ideology, or, maybe going to a different church, or, just becoming more open-minded. Maybe it's, spending some time meditating too, okay, taking that opportunity through your day to, to move forward. What gifts will physical grounding bring you? It's going to give you, endurance. Okay, and the physical grounding is represented by the 5 of stones, and what a great card that is. Okay, because stones is all about materialism, security, stability, and here you go. Here you have that opportunity to physically ground. All right, so that you can cultivate that reverence based on your destiny, or fate, or free will. All right, and know that the green woman is there to help bring that serenity, moving forward. You can be more present in the moment by being that Knight of Bows, that fox, okay? By, being that tactician, to listen closely on that quest, that Knight of Bows is there, okay? To take the opportunity to to think about things in the present moment. Maybe not be so reactionary. Look at what's happening in the past as well as what's looking in the future. Know that that's there, okay, but be present in the moment. Be present in the now of what's happening, okay. Don't be so rash to move forward as that knight would in a battle. All right, and what do you need to release in order to simplify your life? Let go of some of that responsibility that you have. Let go of some of that responsibility to help simplify it. That way, you can still keep up your endurance and rest, but you know that the green woman in the wheel is there to help you cultivate your reverence and bring serenity into your life. All right, so that's the full moon in Taurus, done by the Spirit's Path. This is Dee. Leave your comments down below. Hit that like button for me. Share it with others. And subscribe to the channel. And we'll talk to you during the new moon coming up here in a couple weeks. Take care. God bless. And stay safe, everybody.